When we are creating some projects in Snowflake, we probably get the data from a storage. So from which storage? Whenever we are signing in into Snowflake, if we have opted for AWS, then AWS. If we have opted for Azure, then it is from Azure, or if it is from GCP. Now, what's the point? The point is that when we are connecting the data to get it from the cloud storages, so in AWS, if we just have the S3 bucket, is it sufficient? No, it is not sufficient. We have to create the relation between the Snowflake and AWS. So in order to create the relationship between Snowflake with the AWS, or Snowflake with Azure, or Snowflake with GCP, then what is the probable approach that we have to do in AWS? Hi, I'm M. Asif Hussain from KnowHow Academy. What are we going to learn in this video? We are going to learn and understand how to create the roles in AWS, how to go and create the access for this role in AWS. So by the end of this video, you could able to create the roles in this AWS to connect with Snowflake. So watch till the end. My dear viewers, here I have my particular AWS where I have logged in into aws.amazon.com. So as soon as we log in into aws.amazon.com, we can see that we have created S3 bucket. So now I will go here and view to all services. And when I view all services, here somewhere at the bottom, here we have something called as IAM. Here we have something called as IAM. So if you do not find IAM here, we can directly go and search IAM. So when I click on this IAM, we will land up into this IAM page. So what IAM stands for? IAM stands for Identity and Access Management. So once we land up into this IAM dashboard, here we can see that I can go and create a role. Here we have something called as role. Here what I can do? I can go and create a role. As soon as I click on role here, by default, when I have created an account and when I have already logged in into my AWS, we have two roles which are given by default, which is AWS service role for support, AWS service role for trusted advisor. Okay, these are the two roles. Now what we have to do, we have to create a new role. What we have to do, we have to go and create a new role here. So for that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a role. So as soon as I create a role, so it is telling me what is the trusted entity type. Okay, what is the trusted entity type? So rather than choosing the AWS service, we will go and why it is asking us to trust what is a trusted entity. So rather than choosing some web entity or AWS service, what we do is that we go and use this AWS account. Okay, we will use our AWS account. So here what I am going to do, as soon as I choose my AWS account, so this account, whenever I click on AWS account, we can see that this account and I'm getting some number here. What exactly is this number? This number is our identity. If I come here, you can see that 864981717271, the same number that I have with my account ID. Okay, that I am using it here. So I will choose this one, and here I will choose some required external ID, so that the best practice where third party will assume this role. Okay, whenever some third party is using this role. So let me give some external ID. Any ID we can give it, it's up to you. Let me give 1 2 3 4 5 some zeros, or if you do not want zeros, you can give 1 2 3 4 5 any number. It's up to you. All right. So let me give some external ID as 1111 here. Now I will go and click on next. As soon as I click on next, it is telling us to choose the permission policies. Okay, it is telling us to choose the permission policies. So what we generally have, we have the S3 bucket. So I will click on S3 here, and we can see that we are getting Amazon S3 full access. Okay, that I will select it here, and I will click on next. Why we are choosing that? Because that's where we have the complete details of our particular storage of the files, the Power BI files, the Snowflake files, whatever we would like to upload it there, right? So now let us click on role name, any role name. Let us take, we are connecting with Snowflake, that's why let me click on Snowflake. I'll click on Snowflake role. Okay, if you want to give any description, you can give it. It's a very short description, it's up to you. Let me give and create that I have created this for Snowflake. Okay, that's a small description that you can go and create it. So finally what I am going to do is that I am going to click on create role. Okay, tags, this is optional. If you want, you can create it, or it's not required. So the role that we have planned, that is successfully created. Okay, as you can see, earlier we had only two roles, which is for support and for trusted advisor. Now we have it for the Snowflake role that we have created right away. The point is that when I click on this Snowflake role, it is giving us the entire details of what exactly we have in this, and what is the, when it is created, okay, what time it is created. Okay, so what is the ARN for this one. So every individual information it is giving us in this particular role. So now when we have already a role, with this role, how we have to go and connect it with Snowflake, what is the relationship that we have to do, and what is the tags that we have to create, that's again a different task and different perspective that we are going to learn it later on. If you observe, my dear viewers, here the description that I have given about that particular Snowflake, I have created this for Snowflake, that is also visible here. Okay, so if you, again, I'll just have a quick recap of what exactly we have to do. First we have to log in into aws.amazon.com. then we have to search for IAM, which is identity and access management. There we have to create a role by giving all the details with some external ID. Then we have to create a role. All right, so in this video we have learned how we have to create roles in AWS. We have also seen how these roles will be helpful in AWS. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.